Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons. I'm going the wrong way and for good reason, bear with me. So, the title screen reckons that I got the fourth memory chest by going this way, and in fact the third is to the left, but before we even progress with the story, I'm actually heading back this way for the pure and simple reason that I want to make sure that I have every single one of these collectible thingies, and there is one in the Forgotten Chamber, so I will actually meet you there just so you don't have to tolerate me checking the map every couple of seconds to make sure I've taken the correct fork in the path, but that's where I'm going, and I will meet you there and then return to Deo's house shortly thereafter just so we can clean up the story and also the Cliffside Village. So, see you shortly and hopefully I won't die in the intervening time. Oh, I remember this! Remember that puzzle where I said that we couldn't do this yet? Well, we can do that yet. We can do it now. Mind your head, Toku. There we go. We've got the thing! And just in case you don't remember where this is, I will show you the way to the door and then I will meet you back at Deo's place so we can head over to the Hilltop Village. So, see you in just a moment indeed. A moment indeed. And here we are. And I'm going to take the upper route out of here just to see where it's going to spit us out, because up until now we were taking the upper route to get the collectible idol thingies, and maybe that will help us again here in the Hilltop Village. I'm assuming I'm in roughly the right sort of place to acquire thing. Just because, I mean, it doesn't seem that unreasonable, all of a sudden, to collect all of the collectibles in this game, which they are just called collectibles, according to the achievement. They have no specific name, I have no idea what they are or what they do, you just get them because that's a thing you can do. And if I had to guess, the one for here is probably just go upwards, and maybe it's up here. No? No. Okay, I tried. You could see my reasoning. I feel as though if I'm going to miss any of them in this game, it's going to be the one that's here, unless I'm about to find it by grabbing this and going up and to the side, because ultimately our destination is the abandoned village, forgotten village, somewhere that's over eastwards. Over eastwards. It almost sounds like a type of egg. You know, like over easy, except it's over eastwards. Well, much as I'd like to go in there, I want to get the... But there's multiple ways to go. This is worrisome. Do they lead to different places? Oh, map, my map. This isn't even the right It didn't matter. I was in the wrong screen altogether. That's how well I know the world of this game. My friends who friend... My friends of Friendly Friend Town. And don't worry, you are my actual friends, not the type of friends who I call friends euphemistically before I kill them. So, having said that, we arrive in the Hilltop Village. Hopefully now we will actually find the missing collectible, because it actually is here somewhere. See, I could just as easily have pretended that I didn't make that blunder and just cut back in when I faded into this section of the map, but I shall play honestly with you, because, honestly, do you think I would deceive you like that? I'm a terrible liar, he says, hoping that everyone will believe, so that I can lie convincingly in the future. And if I'm holding down the button to go right and I'm walking to the right even though I need to go left, there we go. That wasn't even that hidden. So now that all of that kerfuffdom is over with, we can just head over to the abandoned village and actually proceed with the game. And depending on how... Okay. Well, I don't know what I did, but it caused a stack overflow which crashed the game. Okay. Well, anyway, I've reloaded the game. Luckily, it just spat me out back at the entrance to this area, so the only thing that I'd lost was the collectible, which I just re-got, so no harm done. But still, that just happened. Should I be very worried for my progress now? So, wait. I think I went the wrong way after all. So I was right to come here, to just to get that collectible, but the way to here isn't through here. Ha! I will meet you back at the Hilltop Village. Okay. Got back into the west half of the village, then went left, and then sort of doubled back around to the right, and that's where we are now, and I absolutely see what the answer to this puzzle is, assuming that I don't crash the game again. I don't mean to make a big deal about this game's fidelity, because it's not been any issue up until now. It's... Click it outside the window! Okay, that was irksomely well timed. But I mean, come now. For the most part, this game has been very well ported to the computer, especially since using the mouse to control Enril just works so much better than the Wii Remote. But it does have some issues every now and then, like randomly causing a stack overflow by playing the game, and clicking outside the window when that really shouldn't, like, mouse constraints. I've bitched about this already. But having said all that I've said, this game is, or certainly feels, shorter than I expected, because I didn't expect it to be this short, but then again, it is ex-WiiWare, so I don't know if I should have expected different. But anyway, that's just there. Glad we got that out of the way. You could just break, that works too. You could go to 5 or 6 stores, or just 1. Can I just jumbrella through here, or will that crash the game too? I will stop eventually. You can just seize. That's what you get, you crazy demon frog child, honestly. Causing me the most damage out of anything in the game so far, to the tune of 2 hearts. That's the most threatening an enemy has ever been. Ooh, a bonfire. Can I burn you? Nope, I cannot. But I can whoosh you, and that's the extent of my power. I can blow you. But right, so we're looking for an exit to the right, and that last area should contain the final collectible, and then we'll be done with the game. And clearly there won't be a final boss, except... Thank you! I know about this! I would have been offended if I'd taken damage there. Where do you want me to go then, game? Because there's nothing up there. Should I go up and to the left, and somehow that will bring me somewhere other than the way we came in? Because I've already forgotten what that looks like, you see. Yeah, this looks a bit correcter. Just seems a bit redundant to have one of those sycamore plants when we have the Jumbrella cape, but whatever. Maybe they wanted to make this area playable even when you're not supposed to be able to play it. I don't trust you, you pile of goo, except you're a respawnative pile of goo rather than a frogative pile of goo. Oh. There are many layers. This puzzle is like an ogre. It has layers. So, there's the thing. The memory chest to the left. So, ultimately, our goal will be to get a tone ball thing at some point, but something tells me that this gate to the upper area of here will either be the exit to a puzzle that gives us the tone ball, or an ore. Stay there long enough for me to... Stay in the vortex! Get in the vortex! Be a vortex, you fuck! There we go. I just don't trust the rock creatures after the foul experience I had with the grass creatures way back when. But yes, I'm guessing the way that either this puzzle will split us out somewhere up and left on the other side of that gate, or up there is where the collectible is for this area. Or something like that. I don't know what to expect. Okay. Now, I've been told that the sequel to this game, Winter of the Melodias, supposedly is kind of like a rest of this game, if this game is considered to be, like, Chapter 1, or the prologue. Come on. Get in the vortex. There we go. Not quite forgiving enough, in my most professional of opinions. Anyway, don't know where you're going, but I'll just throw you along there and hope that I do a good. But yes, so I'm sort of in 2 minds at the moment, as regards, like, going into the wall. Like, when I complete this game, should I just go on to the sequel immediately? Or, like... should I do so? Like, my first inclination is to do another game in between this and... it's, like... to do another game in between doing this and the second game. But... also, can I just break this door? It doesn't look breakable, but I kind of need to get through to get the final collectible in the game. Yeah, that's... I shall too must find another way. And if I had to guess, probably just hit the switch from before, but then go the other around to get through. Like, this boulder will go up to here, and then that allows us to go around to the other side of the... yeah, this is the door that I saw before, when we started this room. Okay, I've got this puzzle all worked out. What I haven't got worked out is whether or not to... click outside the window again. Fix your shit, developers. My goodness. I'm in two minds as to whether to do the sequel to this game immediately after this Let's Play, or to do something else in between. So any input there would be appreciated. Hopefully by the second game they figured out how to constrain your mouse cursor to your windows, but far be it from me to tell developers how to do their do's. To do their doo-doos. To do the doody-doos that they do. Right. I'm just gonna leave that somewhere over there. So what I need to do is go up and around and pull that switch on the other side of that door down there. And then go around the long way so that I can get to the final collectible, get that achievement and have a fantastic time, and then also get to the memory chest, and then we can all go home for dinner and have a lovely time indeed. And I just realised that with all this clicking outside the window, I can no longer see how long I've been recording for. Do you see, game developers? Your stupidity has knock-on effects. Now, oh, now that was some roots. It's fine. I thought maybe that was a door that would also close upon pulling the other latch. Oh wait, I could just. Thank you, Audacity, for being my saving grace. I can just see how long the commentary file is. I mean, yes, I got stuff to cut out at the beginning when I was going back for the other collectible. That didn't open this door. What? What do? Where go? Did I miss an obvious? I think I missed the obvious. There is just this here. Well, whoops. Well, whoops indeed. I'll just bring the boulder through. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. I definitely have this puzzle on lockdown now. No pun intended, what with the switches and stuff. So if I get through here, then standing on this should allow me to open the above, which allows me to blow this through. And before I send that to its intended destination, I'll bring it through to here, so it can sit on this very switch, so that I can get through the door and get the final collectible. And that, I can appreciate, is a suitable level of difficulty for a collectible of that gravity at this point in the game. Like, I'm okay with having to do this many steps just to get this. And there we go. I got the achievement. Yeah. So that's kind of it, I think. Like, unless there's some, like, really complicated second half to this that involves getting out, that... Like, if we can't get out the way we came in, and I don't see why that would be the case, then that would be the only thing stopping this from being an easy open and shut kind of... I expect us to be done as soon as we open the memory chest, is what I'm basically trying to say. I just hope that if there is a final boss, and there is a final boss, I hope that I could do that in a separate episode, just because it's like 9:30 at night. I'm trying to get ahead on these recordings, and I don't feel like playing 2 more at the moment after having experienced a deadly stack overflow. And also the vortices, to use the official plural. Yeah, that is just dead-ass it. Well then, we shall grab this, and then head back to Deo and see what becomes of us then. Ta-da! And with that, shy of beating the final boss, I've got every achievement in the game. I'm so good at this, oh my god.
We should go speak to Deo again.
And I think I shall do that, so unless something happens in intervening time, I will once again meet you back at Deo's house. Deo! And here we are. And unless it makes me talk to him automatically, I would actually like to save first, just in case we have another bad moment. Just to lock in the fact that we've got all the memory chests, we've got all the collectibles, and all that remains is the final boss. So how are the haps, Deo? Deo!
In real Toku, there you are. I have been eagerly awaiting your return. I trust all went well, as it seems my memory is fully restored.
That is a comfort to know, old friend. Tell me, do you remember where your spirit power is hidden? Because we've filled up the entire map at this point. There is nowhere else that we could go. Also, your hat looks like a telephone.
Why, yes. I entrusted my power to the noble creature named Magmok. He was a devoted guardian in the past, and totally not a final boss now, and you lay off my phone hat. He lives deep within the earth, far below the village. There is an entrance within the Chamber of Memories. We must hurry before Balasar's creatures find him.
Really? You mean to tell me that I could have just Never mind.
Let's see, how do I open this door again?
Wait, no, I was thinking of the Forgotten Chamber. Never mind. That's okay, I did do this the most efficient way.
Ah, yes, that's it.
Banana.
Do not worry, Magmok is a friendly creature. I promise. Come here, Magmok, I need to speak with you.
This seems very final bossy.
Something must be wrong.
You don't say, Phone Hat.
Run, Toku, get out of here.
Really, we have a chase sequence? No, we just warped out.
Look over there.
Really not fitting the peaceful music. Just throwing that one out there. Not very magma-y.
Look, Toku, Magmok is covered in globs. Balasar's power must have decayed that poor creature's mind. We need to stop him, Toku, or he may return to Balasar with Deo's power.
Yep, we're just getting final boss with, like, no permission on my part. Well, whatever. Can I just leave? Nope, okay. Clicking outside the window. Fucking hell, game. Can I just... Nope, that didn't seem to do anything. Good to know. I mean, if I had to guess, the whole point is to just... Thanks for allowing me to get out of the way there, game. And now you're just going to sit there doing nothing. If I had to guess, the idea is to peacefully remove the globs from his body. Again, thanks for giving me the opportunity to get out of the way. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that doesn't seem to be doing anything, so I don't really understand what the game wants me to do as far as, like, fighting the boss goes, so... I mean, I could just sort of... Can I purify it with fire? Does that help at all? Was that the correct thing to do? Because up until now, there has been zero feedback that using fire on those glob things helps at all, but he does seem to be responding. Except he used the same hand again, so... Wait, hang on. Did that expose something that Toku can, like, sit down on and pull? Because this boss is poorly telegraphed, and I'm afraid I cannot defend it. Simply put, this was not... Yeah, I can just pull out the root of evil. Perhaps the game taught you how to do this earlier in the story, but... If so, it was never a requirement, so it was never properly taught, in my humble opinion, so I had no way of knowing that this was a thing that I was able to do. Hey, Slipstream, would you mind working? Well, you've been knocked back. Just use your other fist so I can pull your fist out of your fist. Because look at it, he only has 3 enemy spawners, one of which I've already destroyed, so... Look, I'm trying, and you're... There's no way I can commentate to make this boss engaging, it just... They've tried to put a boss in a games engine specifically not designed for boss encounters. Am I doing the right thing yet? I'm really getting no feedback. Oh! That time I had to use the boulder. Well, again... Not the fattest lot of telegraphing going on here. I would like to praise this game, but there's only so much I can say before it comes across as just plain old repetitive, that I'm not in the biggest state of fandom over the way this boss has been handled. Have I done the right thing yet? Maybe it wants me to click on that to get hints on how to do it, but once again, that's never been a huge deal in terms of progressing through the game, so again, it's relying on mechanics that are supposed to be implicitly taught that have yet to be implicitly taught. Okay, this seems like a critical moment. Can I pull this out of your head and be done with it? Because that looks done. There doesn't appear to be anything else left to do, so... I apologise for the amount of bitching that I've done on this boss, but there was very little indication that it would be thrust upon me with no chance to, like, say, oh no, I don't want to do this just yet, give me a moment to go to previous places to collect other collectibles that I've not got yet and prepare. What I'm trying to say is this boss is, like, the engine isn't suited to it. The game doesn't teach you every skill that you need in order to beat it in a like, it requires implicitly taught skills that you could completely overlook, and it doesn't give you any prior warning that you're about to face a boss if you, like, don't really read between the lines. That said, it is done. So, I'm sorry if that was, like, not very watchable from all of my complaining, but that had issues. I think we're done, though. I still have yet to get the achievement for beating the boss, but I get the impression that I've... Yeah, there we go. There's the achievements. Ask and ye shall receive. And that's just the end of the game, apparently.
With Belisar's evil cleansed from Magmok, Deo's power was restored once more. And so, with the help of Magmok, the people began returning the village to its former...
I didn't realise that was ever an issue, apart from, like, the presence of the enemies, I suppose.
Deo used his power to send a message to the other spirits hiding in Misralis. See you next game. He would let them know that Enel was alive and seeking their help to release her from the stone. But they were not the only ones to hear Deo's call. In deepest shadows, a spirit heard of a boy hero who flew with the wind and fought the darkness. Unaware of the evil will against him, Toku courageously agreed to adventure on with Enril to help find the key to her freedom. To return the LostWinds. I'm talking about myself in the third person.
To be continued. Okay, yeah, probably I'm going to just do the second game as part of this series. Well, whatever. Are we going to be unceremoniously dumped back at the title screen? Well, if so, not yet. Also, yeah, credits, okay, fair enough. Okay, so here are my thoughts on this project so far, then. It did feel very much like a proof of concept as a game, and it is really nice, but it's a lot shorter than I recall. And this is absolutely... Like, I know I asked for input earlier on in this episode, but I didn't realise this would be the last episode, because that last act was very unceremoniously shoved together, and I make no bones about saying that. For the most part, really good game. I will play the sequel as the next episode of this. I'll put it in a separate playlist, but it's going to be a continuation of this series. Overall, fun concept. It just slips up in a couple of areas. Like, the tutorials are kind of all over the place. Sometimes they're really needed and not present, sometimes they're not needed at all, and they are present. Can I actually walk around in this? No. Can I wind? I cannot. Okay. See, it's stuff like that, and the fact that they've shoehorned in a boss that, like, in an engine that's not conducive to having a boss, and it gives almost no direction short of using a tutorial system, and yeah, there you go, that's the next game, which I've already got and I'm ready to play, so anyway. Enough of my bitching. I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons, and this was LostWinds. Didn't click continue there, thanks game. I have been, and will continue to be, Tessellating Hexagons, and in the next episode we're just gonna start on LostWinds 2, the sequel, because this was too short to be its own series, so I'll just see you then for that. Thanks for putting up with my moaning. See you then.